Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. It is Tuesday. Hope you had a good long holiday weekend. Happy Memorial Day yesterday. It's 2:30 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday, May 30th. So we're going to look at the broader market real quick. Then we're going to check in on Bitcoin. We're going to look at some longer term time frames. And then from there, we'll look at some altcoins. So we know the NASDAQ is extremely strong. Gap up open today, 52-week highs. Some consolidation today, not surprising. It won't be surprising when we see daily consolidation from here with the strength that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. AI is all the buzz. NVDA, massive move up to all-time highs. It's in consolidation mode at the moment. AI is another ticker that I'm watching. Massive move up 400% from the fear lows. And so we've got a narrative in the broader market that is bringing in some hype and euphoria to retail traders. And as I talked about recently, ever since we had the top hit in the market a year and a half ago, retail's been getting smacked around in this market, and this is the first thing to be excited about in the last year and a half. So watching to see how long that lasts, definitely playing oversold bounces and back burners on these AI names. We'll be watching for hourly oversold conditions, etc. But that's where the narrative is. And we haven't really been seeing AI names in crypto significantly standing out as far as, comparative to peers. And so the big question is this strength that we're seeing in the broader market, is this going to help the crypto bulls? And the answer is it certainly cannot hurt. Because anytime bulls get excited about markets, it makes them more willing to throw money around. And so on Friday, we closed very strong in the stock market. So it's not surprising over the weekend we had some bullish action in crypto. And one thing to note is crypto in the last month, let's say, there's been weekend headlines. There was the regional banking headlines over the weekend, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And then this past weekend, there was the debt deal being reached headlines. And the only way that you can participate in markets responding to those headlines are through crypto. And so we see that. I had a moment where, that headline came out for Bitcoin, and it's looking like, I forget exactly where it was, but we had bull follow through from that. And I had a moment where, I saw the headline and I saw the news and I wasn't near the computer, and I chose the lazy man's route of, I'm not going to, rush and find my login stuff and try and grab a position on this news. If I had, it would have worked out. I believe the news was, we were right around 27,000 when that came out. So for Bitcoin right now, we don't have a daily uptrend, but what we do have is a lot of space for a daily higher low to form. And so we're going to call anything above 25.8. Want to be on Coinbase here. Anything above 25.8 to be a daily higher low next consolidation. And so we currently have a daily inside bar and a tightening 4-hour range. So I'm viewing this as the high, higher low, lower high. We just defended support with a double bottom. And so if the bulls are able to follow through a little bit off of this base, then we'll just have a 4-hour equilibrium. If the 4-hour equilibrium breaks bearish, we zoom out, we scout a daily higher low. And if the 4-hour equilibrium breaks bullish, we look to the high of 28.5. Bulls are going to be looking for daily higher low entries because of the size of this bounce, patient bulls. And we've got the 2-week time frame for me is bullish. I look at the weekly time frame for Bitcoin and, well, we lost the uptrend, but, not really sure. We're hovering around EMA 12. But I look at the 2-week and say, all right, this is a back test of the EMAs. If they hold, they're going to cross bullish for the first time since all-time highs. And so we're looking for the potential that Bitcoin sees further follow through on its 4-month bounce. We know that we've got to get up to the upper 40s if we're going to see a 50% bounce retracement. Lower 40s. We got to get to 42,000 if we're going to see a 50% bounce retracement. So we definitely need another leg up. The simple statement is if we do not break 31,000, it's a red flag. It's a 4-month bear flag. So pretty much the bulls must break 31,000 to try and negate the 4-month long-term bear flag. And if we get this 2-week higher low into continuation, then they will do that. But need that daily uptrend to confirm. Let's check it on these crypto stocks real quick. I was playing a Riot bounce right before signing on. So I'm liking the tightening ranges here on the sideways month-long consolidation of Riot and MARA. Just sideways. And looking for these ranges to break either this week or next week. And so if Bitcoin can give us a daily higher low and then confirm the uptrend, I would anticipate that these tightening ranges break bullish. And so for me personally, I'm trading these in both directions. I mean, MARA, look at the beauty of this bear. Nope, it was Riot. Look at the beauty of this head and shoulders. Where we just had the high of the day, new high, no follow through, held support, lower high, triple bottom, lower high, bear break. Even if you're going short on the break of support, that is a 2.5% follow through move, which is more volatility than Bitcoin is seeing today. So Riot bulls need to confirm a 5-minute uptrend here, but I'm keeping an eye bigger picture on the crypto stocks and their sideways ranges. And so again, it would be I will have a bull lean on those names if Bitcoin gives us a daily higher low and higher high this week. Dominance chart, still very, very tight. This is going to break sometime in June, most likely, and it's going to have significant implications. If this breaks bull and the dominance chart gets to the highest level that we've seen in over 2 years, that means you need to be really cautious as an altcoin bull. There will definitely be altcoin bulls that outperform. There will be altcoin bulls that trade just fine. But most of them will be underperforming Bitcoin. It could be the kind of scenario where if Bitcoin, let's just do hypothetical, Bitcoin sets a 2-week higher low and heads back up to 31,000. And it's leading the way. Everything else is going to be going up with Bitcoin. It's just going to be going up smaller if this dominance chart breaks bull when that happens. So how this sideways range on the dominance chart breaks is going to tell us I should be focusing on Bitcoin bullish or I should be focusing on altcoins bullish or bearish. Well, I don't want to confuse people here. It's pretty complex, but there's only 4 scenarios. The dominance chart breaks bull with crypto going up. It means focus on Bitcoin bullish. The dominance chart breaks bull with crypto all dropping. It means focus on altcoins bearish. The dominance chart breaks bear with crypto going up. It means focus on altcoins bullish. And dominance chart, I forget which one's left. Dominance chart breaks bear and crypto is going down. That means Bitcoin's leading the way down. That's the least likely scenario in my opinion. So I'm going to be watching for Bitcoin to lead the way up or altcoins to lead the way down. I favor a bull break of this pattern, but it's a standard equilibrium and we'll see how it breaks. But again, just pay extra close attention. Whenever a chart does something for the first time in X period of time, a long period of time, you know, if I'm on the hourly and it's the first time this has happened in 2 weeks, that's significant. If I'm on the daily and it's the first time this has happened in a year, that's significant. If I'm on the weekly and it's the first time it's happened in 2 years, that's significant. So we're watching very closely for when this range breaks sometime in the coming weeks. ETH. So same kind of setup as Bitcoin, where we're going to look for a daily higher low next consolidation. We'll keep an eye out for hourly oversold conditions. And bulls want to see continuation from here. The weekly keeps grinding EMA 12. Simple statement. If weekly EMA 12 is support, the bulls have control, bigger picture. And we've held it now. There, we tested it, tested 3 weeks now. So successfully back testing and holding weekly EMA support. Good sign for ETH. ETH BTC, I've been watching this potential daily rising wedge. We dipped well below it, but came right back in it. And now we're back testing resistance. And again, bigger picture, there's depends on what time frame you're looking at, because there is a weekly falling wedge and a daily potential rising wedge. And so here we are testing falling wedge resistance, but these are just visual guides for me. I care much more about the level of 709 than I do about this downtrend. Because if we get over the downtrend but fail 709, it's just a weekly lower high and a continued tightening range. Keep an eye out though, because if ETH BTC can break that falling wedge bullish. In an ideal world, I'd like to see one more weekly lower high, get real tight, and then give us a clear break one way or the other. Might not get it. If we're going to set a weekly lower high, we would have to confirm a daily rising wedge bear break, which we're not close to doing at the moment. So again, how these dominance charts and how these pairing charts break is going to determine who do you focus on. Litecoin. Weekly equilibrium continues to shape up very nicely. Again, the dangling carrot of the halving in less than 2 months right now. Nice save by the bulls. Close to setting that weekly lower high, but never set it. Now trying to get back over 95 to keep this weekly bounce moving. And again, we're just viewing this like this. Do we set a lower high compared to 103.42? Entirely possible. This just reminded me one more thing I'm watching on Bitcoin. I was watching this daily falling wedge. And we bounced off the support. But the resistance line is still coming into play here. And so essentially, if this were to break bull, that's the 2-week high or low being set. So I'd like to see daily consolidation, look for the higher low, and then get the bull break. That would have me looking bullish Riot and crypto stocks. We'll have to pay attention as to who's leading. Is it Bitcoin leading, or do altcoins lead if that takes shape? But that's the next thing we're looking at over the next few days. Watch for daily consolidation. When we get it, we scout the daily higher lows. Can the bulls confirm the daily uptrends? Sol. So Sol gave us a real nice falling wedge bull break. Remember, we were watching Sol because a monthly higher low was the more likely scenario. It's a monthly equilibrium. Anything above 16 was a higher low. And so this 12-hour time frame gave us a real nice falling wedge bull break. I missed this one because I was waiting for one more period of consolidation to look for an entry. I wanted to enter, and honestly, you know what it was? Is I missed this little dinky higher low right here. When I was looking at it, I thought it was all one move up to resistance. I wanted a 12-hour higher low to look long on, but I missed that little 12-hour higher low that had already happened. But really nice follow through. 12-hour uptrend on Sol. And at this point, zooming out, watching anything under 26 is a weekly lower high, but these are the first steps towards a monthly higher low being set. You could also be on the 2-week time frame, whatever time frame you prefer, but it's just a really nice tightening range. After volatility, when we bounced 300%, you look for tightening ranges, and we've got a really nice one shaping up. And so bulls are hoping that 1866 is the 2-week higher low. At this point, I'd be in a mindset of that's either the 2-week higher low or I'm wrong and stop out. And the bulls have to break 26 for this tightening range to break. Watch Sol this summer. Whether it's June or July, this tightening range is going to break. And because we've been tightening within this for 5 months, we're going to anticipate follow through when it does break. Sol BTC is getting a bounce going. Daily uptrend confirmed. The other one we were watching is Atom for its falling wedge, and it broke bull as well. And it was the same thing. Atom, again, a falling wedge in a down. If you're in a monthly, weekly, daily downtrend, I don't care about a falling wedge at all. It's not a high probability setup. The only reason I cared about these daily falling wedges is because we had monthly equilibriums, and monthly higher lows are the most likely scenario to continue tightening up. And that is trading 101. If there's anything you take away, it is aligning patterns with the most likely longer term scenarios. And Jungle Funk Joey just did that webinar last week or 2 weeks ago about identifying the most likely scenarios. So look on our YouTube channel for that. It's an hour and a half long. Treat it like a college course. Take notes, because these are the main concepts that you build trading experience around if you're going to get this game and have any kind of consistency. RNDR, I did stop out of RNDR. I made a bull entry attempt over the weekend. I was liking it for a daily higher low off EMA 12. And actually, no, it was above EMA 12. I was looking at it for a quick little daily higher low, and we did confirm a 4-hour uptrend here. And so I was in on the bull break of the 4-hour resistance, confirming the uptrend, confirming the daily high or low. And then we rolled over very significantly not long after that. And the red flag was RNDR BTC never set the daily high or low. And I made a bullish entry looking for that daily high or low to be set on the BTC pairing. You know, doing a little bit of assuming like this would be a good spot for it, but didn't happen. So ended up stopping out of RNDR. It's still in a nice tightening range. Again, we're looking towards the Apple event June 5th. And I'm almost viewing this just as a tightening range. It's not pretty. If we condense it down to the 2-day time frame, we're looking for a 2-day high or low. So bulls are hanging on. It's just not the setup that I was looking for. I was looking for the daily high or low and bull break to start this week, which we didn't get. It's not game over for the bulls. They still got daily EMA 12. They're still hanging on, but it wasn't the setup that I was looking for. XRP bulls standing out today. We had a 2-day inverse head and shoulders confirm. And that gave us a monthly high or low attempt. Not confirming that yet. But a lead bull today. Big volume 4-hour RSI is very overbought. A lot of people have been trying to short XRP. 539 resistance, 5465. But overall, we're looking for a shift here, and we need the Bitcoin bulls to confirm the daily uptrend for that to be the case. Should have held on to my riot bounce a bit longer. Hourly higher lows set, trying to be set. Let me make sure I sold it all. Yep. All right, I'm reading the chat room now. That's everything that I want to talk about. Again, just keep it simple. Daily trend change for the Bitcoin bulls has to take shape for the 2-week high or low to be set. And if that takes shape, then there will be monthly higher lows being set on a bunch of these altcoins that are in tightening equilibriums. And we are going to focus significantly on these tightening ranges because long-term tightening ranges breaking are great trading opportunity. What news alert feeds do I subscribe to? That's just Fidelity. So I've got Fidelity up with all my stocks and I trade on Fidelity, my stockbroker. And so in the bottom right hand of the screen, those are just little alerts that come along with the platform. Otherwise, it's just the Chart Guys chat room with, you know, hundreds and hundreds of people all watching different news sources, and anything that is significant and relevant gets posted very quickly. Thanks, Michael. And skip LTC. Awesome Roadhouse. So Roadhouse saying that Jungle Funk Joey's last 2 webinars, very useful. They build off of each other. The first one was identifying trend changes with price levels and how different time frames interact with each other. And the second one was identifying most likely scenarios. The 2 most important concepts, the base that everything else TA is built off of, are covered in those webinars. And if you just Google Chart Guys webinars, they'll probably come up. Click on Phil. Sure, check on Phil. And yes, please click the thumbs and the subscribes. So Phil, shifting some momentum. Again, is this a daily uptrend? It's not clear. So I go to the 2-day. 2-day was a little bit more of a clearer trend change. So I zoom out to the weekly. I can say, okay, anything under 644 is just a weekly lower high. But I know a monthly high or low is the most likely scenario for me. So zooming in, anything above 241 is a monthly high or low. And this is the first baby step towards it being set. The next step, whenever we top out on the weekly here, confirm a weekly uptrend. And then that monthly high or low is very likely set. All right. So I'm looking long for daily higher lows. I'd love to see Riot pull back and look for a daily higher low compared to 1056 to look for a long entry. Riot divided by MARA shows us who's stronger, who's weaker. Riot is close to the strongest it's been compared to MARA in the last year plus. So that has me focusing on Riot as a bull and MARA on any bear setups that I like. Had a doozy on MARA today, but no shorts available on Fidelity, unfortunately. Was trying to short it at 1010. Yep, Hong Kong going back into crypto. I don't anticipate a huge surge from that. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, no news, right? No news gets priced in a good bit. Binance, 301.50. So a break of 3, I've got 301.40, but yeah, a break or 3, I would use 301.20. I'd use the lowest level here. But a break of that level is definitely a big red flag. That's a must-hold level. And this is the bulls trying to shape up an inverse head and shoulders. So same as Bitcoin, we got to hold the low, confirm the daily uptrend for the shift to be successful. But I do have a bit of a bull lean in crypto right now. And what would be required for me to shift that? If you give me a Bitcoin pullback on the daily and retrace over 50%, if we break 27,000, I'll shift that. But if 27,000 is support, I'm looking for the daily higher low. I'm looking for the bulls to try and confirm the uptrend. And I'm looking for the crypto space to get a little bit of strength, which we haven't seen in the last 6 weeks. Is Bitcoin a bull flag on the weekly? Not a clear one. Well, let's measure. So this is what I call the gray zone. If you're above 382, it's a bull flag. If you're down to 50% or below, we look for the equilibrium. And this is the gray zone because we retraced like 45%. So we're in the middle of the bull flag level and the equilibrium level. So it can definitely go either way. RSRUSDT, RSRUSDTP. So this is another one where the 2-day is more clear to me. We've got to break 3156. And we just rejected from it. If we reject convincingly and lose the 4-hour uptrend, then we're going to look for an equilibrium. Bulls really want to hold 4-hour EMA 12 as they've been doing for the last couple days and break that level. Lose the 4-hour uptrend, the potential of a 2-day lower high being set, and we'll just look for an equilibrium. So a key resistance test here in the short term. Debt ceiling default is nowhere near priced in. There is a 99% chance that we are not going to default. So if we default, I'm all in bearish. Pivots higher low setting is just 5.5. It shows you right there. All right, so patiently waiting, watching for a daily higher low on Bitcoin, keeping an eye on these tightening crypto names that are likely to break sooner rather than later. Hype and euphoria returning to markets. It's returning to a specific corner of the market right now, but is definitely significant. And so keeping an eye out to see if that bullish sentiment trickles out elsewhere. One major thing that I'm watching is growth names, growth stocks. You look at a name like ARKK, look at the monthly. We're just trying to build a monthly base of support after being bearish for years. Can the scales tilt between supply and demand? And for me, why does this matter for crypto? Because, number one, coin and crypto names are a part of ARKK. But number two, this for me will be showing me that the market's going a bit more risk on. This is risk off. Do we see the scales tilt into demand exceeding supply for risk on? It's an inverse head and shoulders monthly attempt. Watch ARKK for a gauge of whether or not the market is going risk on. I used to watch IWM, but IWM is being negatively impacted by the financial sector. So if you're looking at IWM, you're looking at growth names and the financial sector. I want to just be looking at growth names, so I'm keeping an eye on ARKK. And so if ARKK breaks 45, 46 and confirms the first monthly uptrend since all-time highs, that's bullish for crypto, in my opinion. Because again, it's just market sentiment. People are more willing to throw their money around, more willing to hold long. Fear subsides a bit, but still work to do. That's over 10% from where we stand. I appreciate you all watching. 45 likes is pretty pathetic, but maybe I just won't come on next time. Thanks everybody for the support. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you soon.